gentleman was trying to recruit me for the cult of Freemasonry. Now, is Freemasonry a cult? Is it the most dangerous cult out there? I mean, are there worse cults than Freemasonry? Well, I guess the answer to that is, I mean, they seem fairly innocuous. It depends, I suppose, upon what, what kind of regard you have for the truth in life in general. Because if you believe that distruths can be incredibly dangerous, then perhaps the idea is to dispel all cults, because cults, they always present themselves as being fairly innocuous. Otherwise, they wouldn't be cults, and they wouldn't be effective at recruiting. In any event, one of the sales pitches of this gentleman was, well, because I kind of took a dig at the he said, oh, it's not a religion. I said, well, have you gotten to the degree where you worship the great architect of the universe? And he said, well, yes, the great architect of the universe applies to all men. No, we're very accepting of all men and of all religions. We're very inclusive. I told him, I said, well, who else is inclusive? He said, who is? I said, Al-Qaeda. Yeah, many of you may not know this, but Al-Qaeda, as they kind of do their evangelism here, door-to-door knocking and all that, they actually, I did not know this, but Al-Qaeda will actually take men, young men, and older ones too, presumably, from all stripes. Al-Qaeda will take in. They're very tolerant. They're very loving. They will take men from every creed, every religion, and you know what? So they're like a lot of churches will take men from all creeds, all religions. The modern evangelical churches. Heck, you can be an unrepentant homosexual who plans on feeling up men in your church, and they're very accepting of that. And Walmart is also very inclusive today. Target will even take men who take pictures under the women's stalls. And of course, they allow the men in the women's bathrooms over there. So anyway, so what's special about Freemasonry? Because they, being inclusive is, I guess, the point here. Because like I said, Freemasonry, Al-Qaeda's terrorist network, they're very inclusive too. They'll take, what, you don't think they'll take Christians to, take part in their holy mission of rioting and blowing up Americans, like doing what Antifa, Antigua, the Anti-Fatwa, Al-Qaeda is doing what the Obama's boys in Antifa, only dream they had the guts to do, right? So, but I do find it. I told him I'd think about it anyway. I told him, well, not the Iraqi recruiters, but the Freemasonry guy. I say, well, you've given me a lot to think about. I said, thank you very much. We'll think about that, and maybe we'll come to the lodge and take part in the free supper, where we're helping local community people out. But yeah, I do. It's nice that they're inclusive, right? We want to be inclusive, right? We want to be inclusive of the people who are blowing up our neighborhoods, and be they Antifa, the Obama's boys, be they the Freemasons, the Iraqis, Walmart, Target, with the men harassing women in the bathrooms. It's all about the inclusivity. It's all about the tolerance, right? And who am I? Who am I to judge? Well, I am America's man's man.